Take it, Chug. Let's get it.
We talk about the GOAT, man. He might be the GOAT. He set a new bar.
Setting the bar? He's killing the bar.
He set a new bar, I'm saying.
Both of them are on the list, the top 10.
What? Come on. Is he the best player in the league?
I can't say that.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
You got
Texas over everything bone mouth.
You ain't won every bet.
I have, though.
Nope. Come on.
Oh,
that's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer. That's easy money. They feeling too good about themselves. They outside. I don't care what time
He said he's finna get South Beach.
I think to my parlay. The PP parlay.
Listen to the Commissioner Pierce here. He has the insights on the flow of what we're creating here.
Truth is truth.
They doing the cha-cha, goddammit.
Big team doing the cha-cha slide.
Cha-cha.
Right.
Cha-cha.
As far as respect for Canelo, you got to give it to him. He's done it all in the game of boxing.
Hay que reconocer el que vaya a subir 2 divisiones a pelear conmigo. Creo que hay que reconocerlo.
I'm usually a high head. I'm usually the person that'll start the show, you know, to make it a show.
Pero no, llegó en un tono más tranquilo. Somos boxeadores muy diferentes, es un peleador.
Just hearing how he had respect for me, you know, it kind of tuned me down a little bit and was like, you know, I appreciate that.
Indiscutidos, somos ya muy conocidos también en el boxeo, entonces creo que se dan el mejor momento.
And goes down face first. Statement made by Iron Man, Jermell Charlo.
No lo pensé. Me sorprendió esa parte de él.
Canelo brings an electrifying, magnetic energy. Undisputed is like when you really can consider yourself the king.
Siempre la que viene es más importante.
He'll see. September 30th. I think I'm becoming undisputed again.
En este momento la pelea más importante de mi carrera es contra Jermell Charlo.
Me coming out victorious is the only option.
Ladies and gentlemen, a good afternoon and welcome to MGM Grand as we get you set for a historic battle, undisputed versus undisputed, Canelo versus Charlo. Canelo Promotions presents this premier boxing champions pay-per-view event as the undisputed super middleweight champion Saul Canelo Alvarez puts all 4 belts on the line against the undisputed junior middleweight champion Jermell Iron Man Charlo. Once again, the Showtime pay-per-view telecast will begin 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific, live from T-Mobile Arena this Saturday, September 30th, here in the fight capital of the world. The event is promoted by TGB Promotions and Canelo Promotions. Tickets are still available at AXS.com. Now, let's get ready for our grand arrivals. Let's meet our opening bout. First, with a record of 14 victories, 10 wins by knockout, just 1 defeat. He is 24 years old from Rincón de Guayabitos, Nayarit, Mexico. Here is El Toro, Armando Resendiz. Armando Resendiz earned a career-best victory in his last outing as he stopped former unified champion Jarrett Hurd in March. Now fighting out of Los Angeles, he is accompanied by Manny Robles, his head trainer. Armando Resendiz making his way to the stage. And he is getting set to take on Elijah Garcia, our first bout on the Showtime pay-per-view card, as we now welcome Showtime's own Martin Batard, who will handle the translations. And Armando, welcome to Las Vegas here at the MGM Grand. This is a huge opportunity for you. You are taking on Elijah Garcia. Leading into this fight, how has this training camp been for you?
Bienvenido a Las Vegas, esta es una gran oportunidad para vos. ¿Cómo ha sido el entrenamiento y la preparación ante esta gran oportunidad?
Bueno, ha sido como todas, ha sido una gran preparación, una preparación fuerte. Nos preparamos con mucha conciencia en que íbamos a un combate fuerte y siempre me preparo fuerte porque me gusta dar espectáculo, me gusta estar bien preparado para brindarle buenas peleas a las personas.
It was a strong showing, something that we prepared with heart and soul for. We prepared very consciously for what's going to be a big opportunity. And besides, my style of fighting is that I like to put on a show. So I want to put on a great fight for the fans.
How do you slow down the momentum of Elijah Garcia? He's undefeated, only 20 years old. He keeps saying he wants to be a world champion by 21, and he is running into you. You also were an underdog going in against Jarrett Hurd, and you stopped him, which is a huge win on your resume. What would a win over Elijah Garcia do for your career?
Tu oponente está invicto, tiene 20 años, dice que quiere ser campeón mundial a los 21. Pero vos también no eras el favorito contra Hurd y lo pudiste detener. ¿Crees que va a ser un final similar? ¿Y cuál va a ser la clave para que puedas lograr ganar esta pelea?
Bueno, pues claro, también yo quiero ser campeón mundial. La verdad, yo creo que esto va a estar duro porque los dos tenemos ganas. Así que nada, vamos a tener que dejarlo todo arriba del ring y vamos a ver qué es con lo que nos encontramos el sábado por la noche.
It's going to be a tough fight, but, you know, I want to be a world champion too. I know that I'm going to have to give it my all. It's going to be a really tough fight, but I'm going to be ready to perform on Saturday night.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Armando Resendiz, we're going to keep him here on stage as we now will bring up his opponent as he is set to make his way to the stage, as he is undefeated. He is a breakout star. He has fought 5 times over the past 12 months. He is 20 years old, and he is looking to become a world champion by 21 with a record of 15 victories, 12 wins by knockout. He is one of 2023's boxing's biggest rising breakout stars. From Phoenix, Arizona, here is Elijah Garcia. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Elijah Garcia. A middleweight bout opening up our Showtime pay-per-view telecast from T-Mobile Arena. Armando Resendiz against Elijah Garcia. A battle of young rising contenders looking to make a statement Saturday, September 30th. All right, Elijah, it is a pleasure to have you joining us on stage, and this is another tremendous opportunity. You have said in the past you look to be a world champion by 21 years old. You have been extremely active, 5 fights in 12 months. What has that done to help propel your career to this point?
just getting that experience, fighting better fighters each time, stepping it up little by little, and, you know, taking opponents like Armando Resendez. He's a great fighter. He's going to come to fight, and he's going to make it work. So all that experience is going to help me for when the time comes to fight for that world title.
Now, both of you are extremely young contenders. You're 20 years old. He's 24. What does a win do over Resendez to help solidify and get you on that track to be a world champion at 21?
You know, Armando Resendez, he's real tough. He's real strong. He came off a really good win. And I think it just becomes one step closer to a mandatory.
And now you're on another big card. What does it mean to be on a card, the same card as Canelo Alvarez, who is a future Hall of Famer? You know, when you started your boxing career, did you ever think this moment would happen?
Nah, not this quick, to be honest. You know, lots of hard work, lots of faith, and taking these tough fights. That's what got me here, hard work. And, you know, I'm just blessed to be a part of it. Canelo's a great fighter, Hall of Fame fighter, like you said, and it's a blessing to be a part of it.
For people that are going to be seeing Elijah Garcia fight for the very first time this Saturday night, what do you say to all those people, and what can they expect this Saturday?
You know, a really good, hard-earned fight. I know it's going to be a real tough one, but you know, I'm coming out, class them. You know, show everybody my skills. I had a pretty rough performance my last fight, and I'm trying to make up for it this fight.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Elijah Garcia taking on Armando Resendez. Our first fight on the Showtime pay-per-view. Once again, the Showtime pay-per-view, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. As we are getting you set, our grand arrivals, Armando Resendez, Elijah Garcia, just getting started here from the MGM Grand. Once again, this is the fight capital of the world. Whenever there's a big fight, you know it's going to be taking place in Las Vegas, Nevada. Canelo versus Charlo, a historic battle. The first time ever, two undisputed champions are going toe-to-toe. Canelo Alvarez putting all 4 belts on the line against Jermell Iron Man Charlo. Ladies and gentlemen, how many of you are here to see Saul Canelo Alvarez? And where are the Lions? Only at Jermell Iron Man Charlo, looking to make history to become the second man ever to be undisputed in 2 different weight classes. Jermell Iron Man Charlo has always been a fan of taking on the biggest and best challenges that are presented to him, and he did not think twice when this opportunity to face Canelo Alvarez go up 2 divisions for history to add to his legacy. He already has an incredible resume, being an undisputed junior middleweight champion. He became the undisputed middleweight champion when he defeated Brian Castano in May of 2022 in emphatic fashion with a knockout victory over Brian Castano. And now he is looking to continue that momentum September 30th from T-Mobile Arena. All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is going to be a fantastic fight week. We have a ton planned for you as always. So once again, we have our grand arrivals here tonight. We have our Showtime Sports social media pages that will have you covered all week long, along with the PBC social media pages. As tomorrow, we will have our main event press conference, the final words between Canelo and Charlo. That is at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Pacific. Then that will be followed by the undercard media workouts, as you're seeing the undercard portion of our pay-per-view card. That is open to the public. That begins tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific, and that will be right outside TAP and the MGM Sportsbook. That is open to the public, so we will be there with all the fighters working out in front of the public. Then on Thursday, we have our undercard final presser, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time. And then Friday, if you have never been in person to a live weigh weigh-in, especially one with Canelo Alvarez and Jermell Charlo. You need to be there. Toshiba Plaza, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific Time, our official weigh-in, and that is open to the public. And once again, you need to be there. 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific, and that is Friday at Toshiba Plaza, right outside T-Mobile Arena. And then, of course, Saturday, we all get going for the big night. Showtime pay-per-view, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, we are now ready to meet our next combatants as we are set to go. First, introducing this man, 27 wins, 18 by knockout, opposite of just 2 defeats. He is 28 years old, a former super lightweight world champion. He is looking to make a statement this Saturday, presenting Mario El Azteca Barrios. Mario Barrios, accompanied by the Ring Magazine 2022 Trainer of the Year, Bob Santos, making their way to the stage as he will be taking on your Dennis Ugas for the WBC interim welterweight title. Mario Barrios out of San Antonio, Texas. As we welcome him to the stage, Mario, a pleasure as you're joining us here, getting set for a big fight week. What is the mood in camp? You're training out of Las Vegas with Bob Santos. What has the mood been like in the build-up to this fight against another former world champion, your Dennis Ugas?
I mean, just hype, really. I mean, I'm blessed to still be here. It's another big opportunity for me, you know, to go in there to showcase my skills, you know, but bring that coach with me every time I step in the ring. And I'm pumped.
You wear your culture very proudly all over. It's Hispanic Heritage Month. What does it mean to fight in September here in Las Vegas on a Canelo Alvarez, Jermell Charlo card against another Hispanic, your Dennis Ugas?
It means everything, you know. And every time I step in there, you know, I represent, you know, my Aztec, you know, indigenous roots. Mexican Independence Day just passed. You know, I mean, so I'm pumped, you know, to go out there, you know, put on a fight in front of all the Mexican fans.
Now, you came off a huge victory in your last outing. You're no stranger to the bright lights. You have fought Gervonta Tank Davis in a main event. You have fought another world champion, Keith Thurman, in a main event. Now another former world champion, your Dennis Ugas. What have those two fights and those experiences done for you to prepare yourself for another huge fight against Ugas?
I mean, they've just gotten me ready. You know, I've been under those bright lights now a few times, and you know, now I feel this is my time. You know, I'm a full-fledged welterweight now, and it's time to take over.
What challenges does Ugas present to you on Saturday, and what can fans expect as you're taking on the former WBA champ?
Ugas, you know, is definitely a threat. You know, he got the experience, been in there with a lot of top welterweights. You know, it's going to take everything that I have learned up until this point to pull off the victory. But, like, I mean, I've had a great camp. You know, I'm ready, and, you know, like, I mean, all the hard work's already put in.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, Mario Barrios says he will stay on stage, accompanied by trainer Bob Santos, as now we will bring up his opponent Saturday night with a record of 27 victories, 12 wins by knockout, opposite of 5 defeats. He is fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, by way of Santiago de Cuba, Cuba. Here is 54 Milagros, your Dennis Ugas. Yordenis Ugas solidified his status as one of the best welterweights in the world when he defeated the future Hall of Famer and popular Filipino Manny Pacquiao in August of 2021 to become the WBA World Champion by unanimous decision. He has been in the ring with many world champions, Errol Spence, Manny Pacquiao, and now he looks to continue a tremendous career Saturday against Mario Barrios. This will be our second fight on the Showtime pay-per-view from T-Mobile Arena. Yordenis Ugas versus Mario Barrios, 12 rounds for the interim WBC Welterweight Championship. It all goes down this Saturday. Both men coming face to face. Both have great respect for each other. Looking to become victorious and to continue to remain in one of the elite of the welterweight division. And now we'll welcome in our Showtime translator, Martin Batar, as we are now with the former WBA champion, Yordenis Ugas. And Yordenis, welcome back. I know it's been a long layoff, but you have been looking and itching to get back in the ring. It is now finally here. How has everything gone in camp here as you get set to take on Mario Barrios?
Ha pasado mucho tiempo, tenías muchas ganas de volver. ¿Qué tal ha sido esta espera y la preparación para esta gran pelea?
No, ha pasado mucho tiempo, sí. Estoy de vuelta, gracias a Dios, peleando aquí en Las Vegas, en mi casa. Y estoy muy emocionado. Tengo aquí en Las Vegas 5 y 0 y vamos por una gran pelea el sábado.
It has indeed been a long time, but I'm very excited. I'm here fighting at home in Las Vegas where I'm 5-0 and I'm ready to put on a show once again for the fans.
Fighting Mario Barrios, what challenges does he bring to the table? He has been in the ring with other world champions like yourself, Keith Thurman, Manny Pacquiao, Tank Davis. Those are all the world champions both of you have faced. What is it looking like when you face Mario Barrios Saturday night?
Has peleado contra múltiples campeones mundiales y esta no es la excepción. ¿Qué esperas de Mario Barrios este sábado a la noche?
No, Barrios es un buen peleador, joven, fuerte, un ex campeón del mundo igual que yo. Es una gran pelea para mí. Pienso es un guerrero, mucho respeto para él, a su equipo y estamos listos para el sábado darle una gran pelea a todos los fans.
Mario Barrios is a young, strong fighter, a former world champion like me. He has all my respect. And I know that it's going to be a tough task on Saturday night.
Yordenis, you are always extremely respectful. You are always just looking to fight the toughest challenges that are out there. Amongst the welterweight elite, you continue to be one of the top names in that division. What does it take for you to get back on that mountaintop to be a world champion again?
Sos uno de los nombres top de esta división. Supiste estar en la cima. ¿Qué es lo que crees que necesitas hacer para volver a estar en la cima?
Bueno, todo el mundo sabe, soy uno de los mejores pesos welter del mundo. Hoy en día, ahora estoy regresando después de 1 año y medio. Vengo de una gran pelea y pienso el sábado hacer lo que hago yo, que es pelear fuerte cada asalto como siempre y especialmente, como siempre digo, darle la mejor pelea a los fans.
Look, everybody knows that I'm still one of the best welterweights in the world. And what I have in mind is to come out on Saturday night and give the fans what they know they will get, a great fight, because I'm still here and I know what I can do.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Yordenis Ugas, the former WBA welterweight champion, as he goes toe-to-toe with Mario Barrios this Saturday from T-Mobile Arena. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank all of our sponsors for being able to make this event possible. DraftKings, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours. And O'Reilly Auto Parts. O'Reilly Auto Parts is the ultimate one-stop shop for all your automotive supplies. Everything for your vehicle in one convenient place. That's O'Reilly Auto Parts. And of course, VMC Tequila Cocktails. El original ante todo, VMC Tequila Cocktails. And Celsius, sponsored by Celsius Live Fit Essential Energy. And from Jalisco, Mexico, the champion of all tequilas, Híjole Tequila. And Exorcist, brought to you by The Exorcist Believers, only in theaters this Friday. So once again, all of our sponsors helping make this event possible. Live from T-Mobile Arena, September 30th, Showtime pay-per-view. As Canelo Alvarez goes toe-to-toe with the undisputed junior middleweight champion, Jermell Iron Man Charlo. It always is so great to see all of the fans, especially with it being Hispanic Heritage Month, a fight card headlined by numerous Hispanics, headlined by Canelo Alvarez and Jermell Charlo. And now we are set to bring on our next fighters, as this is our co-main event Saturday night. First up to the stage with 25 victories, 18 by knockout, opposite of 2 defeats. He is from Orlando, Florida, accompanied by trainer Kevin Cunningham. Here is the hard-hitting knockout artist, Erickson Hammer Lubin. Erickson Lubin holds victories over Jason Rosario, Terrell Gachet, Ishe Smith. He just defeated Luis Arias in June, and he is back in our co-main event against Jesus Ramos. Erickson, welcome. This is an exciting week. 27 years old, you have said, I'm in my prime. This is my moment. There have been a lot of push for Jesus Ramos, rising fast along the ranks, and you said, I am going to prove that my experience will halt that momentum to give him his first defeat. What happened Saturday night against Jesus Ramos?
Erickson Lubin comes home with a W. Erickson Lubin comes home with a W in impressive fashion.
Now, you are one of the most entertaining fighters. You are not ever in a boring fight. And this is a huge opportunity taking on Jesus Ramos. What, in your experience, do you feel like will give you the edge when you take on Jesus Ramos, who is still very young? You said he's a good fighter, but that your experience is going to eventually take its toll because you have fought former world champions. You have a long resume, even though you're only 27 years old.
Like I said before, I fought the former world champions. I beat former world champions. I beat top contenders. I beat Olympians. So, you know, fighting a young gun like this, I'm excited for it. I can't wait to give the fans a show. And I plan on coming out victorious in impressive fashion, like I said.
What are some things, without giving too much away, obviously, that you and your trainer, Kevin Cunningham, you guys have been together for a very long time. What are some of the things that you guys have been working on in preparation for this bout? And how is this bout different than any of your other fights coming into Saturday night?
The only thing different about this fight is the game plan. You know, it's another young fighter in front of us. We drew up a game plan, and we're ready to execute. We're in great shape. We fought about 10 weeks ago, and I'm excited to be back active like this, and I'm going to give the fans a really great show. That's a fact. Hammer time, baby.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Erickson Hammer Lubin, as he is getting set for our co-main event. Now we will bring on his opponent, getting set to make his way to the stage with the record undefeated, 20 victories, 16 by knockout, as he is from Casa Grande, Arizona, Jesus El Mono Ramos. Jesus Ramos coming off a victory over unbeaten Joey Spencer back in March on the Plant Benavides undercard. He owns victories over Brian Mendoza, Javier Molina, Luke Santamaria, and Vladimir Hernandez. He is looking to move to 21-0 in the super welterweight division. Once again, Jesus Mono Ramos. Jesus Mono Ramos taking on Erickson Hammer Lubin, our co-main event from T-Mobile Arena. Premier Boxing Champions and Showtime pay-per-view are bringing it forward. A massive fight in the super welterweight division with huge implications. Erickson Hammer Lubin and Jesus Ramos looking to steal the show this Saturday. Jesus, a tremendous opportunity as you are here in Hispanic Heritage Month on a co-main event headlined by Canelo Alvarez and Jermell Charlo. What will this night, Saturday, September 30th, do if you're able to be victorious over Erickson Lubin?
It's a huge night. You know, I think winning over Lubin on this stage it just catapults my career, sets me up for bigger fights. And it's an exciting fight, man. It brings out the crowd.
Now, what do you make of Erickson has talked that experience will be the difference. He has been in big fights. He's fought former world champions, and he said, you know, they are trying to rush him amongst the rakes in the super welterweight division, and I'm going to put a stop to all of that. My experience will be the difference. What do you say to that?
We'll see Saturday night. We'll see what his experience brings to the table Saturday night.
Now, I know you were supposed to fight earlier this year. You suffered a little bit of a hand injury. How is the hand doing, and how has camp been as you are getting ready for this preparation against Erickson Lubin?
Everything's been good. You know, I'm healthy. I had a strong camp, and I'm ready to go Saturday night.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time for the undefeated rising star in the super welterweight division, Jesus Mono Ramos. All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, if you have not had a chance, feel free to head on over to the Showtime Sports YouTube pages to check out the Emmy Award-winning All Access on the Showtime Sports YouTube page, as they have been following Canelo Alvarez and Jermell Charlo in preparation for this main event, getting you set in preparation for September 30th from T-Mobile Arena. The Showtime crew has been behind the scenes. They have been in Houston in the training gym with Jermell Charlo. They have been at Lake Tahoe with Canelo Alvarez, as both undisputed champions are looking to once again add to both of their legacies. So catch those episodes on the Showtime Sports YouTube page. And then also, don't forget, before our pay-per-view card begins Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific, we will be going live on the Showtime Sports YouTube page and the Showtime Boxing Facebook at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 2:30 p.m. Pacific. And we have 3 fights leading up to our pay-per-view card. Top heavyweight Frank the Cuban Flash Sanchez taking on Scott Alexander in a 10-round matchup. And then 2012 U.S. Olympian Terrell Gausha faces Keandre Leatherwood in an 8-round middleweight bout. And then former light heavyweight champion Alexander the Nail Voidstick battles Brazil's Isaac Rodriguez in an 8-round duel. So once again, that is all before our pay-per-view card goes live from T-Mobile Arena this Saturday, September 30th. So both Showtime, Premier Boxing Champions, Canelo Promotions, TGB Promotions are bringing you once again everything for this fight week. A tremendous pay-per-view card that we have for you. As we once again, our 5-week looks like this. We have our grand arrivals. You've already met 6 of the fighters taking place this Saturday night. Wednesday, we have our main press conference between Canelo Alvarez, Jermell Charlo. Both men will be getting in their final words before they face off Saturday night, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Pacific. Then we have our undercard media workout right after that. It is open to the public. That will be right outside the MGM Sportsbook, outside Tap Restaurant. And that starts at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific. And both of those events will be taking place tomorrow. Then Thursday, we have our undercard final presser. You just saw all 6 fighters. They will all get the final words on Thursday. That begins 2 p.m. Eastern Time and 11 a.m. Pacific Time. And then Friday, our official weigh-in, that is open to the public as well. Your final chance to see all the fighters taking place Saturday, September 30th, before fight night begins. That is at Toshiba Plaza, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. So once again, it is a fight-filled week. Premier Boxing Champions, once again, continues to deliver some of the biggest fights that 2023 has seen, along with Showtime, in an unprecedented year for boxing. This has been a year where the best have truly fought in the best. People have always wanted fighters to go toe-to-toe with other great fighters. And in boxing, sometimes it frustrates fans when those fights that people want don't happen. Well, that has not been the case in 2023 because these fighters have laid it all on the line. First, we started things off in March as David Benavidez took on Caleb Plant. They got things going for a fantastic main event in March as David Benavidez defeated Caleb Plant. Then we had in April, Gervonta Tank Davis taking on Ryan Garcia as both men elevated their status, showing the world that they are some of the, not just top boxing stars, but top stars in general in sports entertainment. So Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis, that was in April as Tank Davis was victorious. Then it all led to the historic showdown. Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. were back here in July from T-Mobile Arena as Terrence Bud Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. gave fight fans what many believed was the best pure pound-for-pound fight that people have had, unifying the welterweight division, crowning its first ever undisputed champion as Terrence Bud Crawford became the first man ever to be undisputed in 2 different weight classes. So once again, Showtime pay-per-view, Premier Boxing Champions, giving you a historic 2023. And now we have another one for you, first ever fight where 2 undisputed champions are going toe-to-toe. Jermell Ironman Charlo, undisputed junior middleweight champion, and Canelo Alvarez, the undisputed super middleweight champion, as both men, 2 of 10 men in boxing's 4-belt era to go head-to-head, 2 of the 10 undisputed champions. And that is what this sport is all about when you talk about the best fighting the best. Canelo Alvarez is excited to be back here in Las Vegas, Nevada. He defeated John Ryder in May. And it's been a little over a year since he has fought here in Las Vegas. And he'll once again make his 8th appearance at T-Mobile Arena, headlining that arena as he takes on Jermell Charlo on Saturday. On the other hand, Jermell Charlo, this will be his first main event headlining T-Mobile Arena as he is looking to be the second man to be undisputed in 2 different weight classes. One thing I love about both Jermell Charlo and Canelo Alvarez is neither man is afraid of a challenge. Both men do not turn down fights. They want to fight the toughest challenge out there. Jermell has fought everyone in the super welterweight division, being the undisputed junior middleweight champion. He has fought Tony Harrison, Brian Castano. He has 1 defeat and 1 draw, and he avenged both of those in emphatic fashion, knocking out Tony Harrison and then knocking out Brian Castano. He wants to prove all the doubters wrong, letting them know Jermell Charlo is one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, and that's something that you can admire about him, because they are willing to take all challenges coming. And when this opportunity presented itself to move up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo Alvarez in Las Vegas at T-Mobile Arena on Showtime pay-per-view, he could not turn that down for a chance to add to history and add to his legacy. So Jermell Charlo, big props to him. And then on the other hand, Canelo Alvarez, what more can you say about the future Hall of Famer? He is no doubt going to be a future Hall of Famer. 33 years old, 4-division world champion, 154, 160, 168, 175, and he continues to show the boxing world he is the best fighter in the planet, and he is looking to make a statement to the boxing world that he is still the top dog in this sport, with a victory over Jermell Charlo. And Canelo Alvarez, he said, you know, when this fight came across his table, he said, I don't care who it is. Put him in front of me. I want to continue to add to my legacy. His legacy features the names of Floyd Mayweather Jr., Triple G, Shane Mosley, Miguel Cotto, just to name a few. And he is continuing to add to that as he adds another name to his resume in Jermell Charlo, who is undisputed. Now, the thing I am looking forward to as well, that I don't think is getting talked about enough, the fact that we have 2 of boxing's best trainers in the sport. Eddie Reynoso, who has been in the corner of Canelo Alvarez, was the 2021 Ring Magazine Trainer of the Year. Taking on Derek James, it will be, who was also a 2022 Trainer of the Year by the Boxing Writers Association. He's in the corner of Jermell Charlo. Both of these men, you know, don't like to be in the limelight. They're behind, they want to support their fighters, but they are all about their fighters. That's all they care about. They care about making sure they're in the best shape possible and giving them the best game plan possible to make sure their fighters are victorious. And I want to acknowledge both of those men because they are 2 of boxing's best trainers in the world. And I am very intrigued to see the X's and O's that both men are putting together in the training camp of Canelo Alvarez and Jermell Charlo. What will they be able to do? What adjustments can they make to go head-to-head and outthink the other? That is an intriguing storyline that I am very much looking forward to on Saturday night, September 30th, Showtime pay-per-view. Once again, if you have not gotten your tickets, if you plan to be in the arena at T-Mobile Arena and you still don't have tickets, AXS.com. Head on over to AXS.com to purchase your tickets. If you can't be in the arena but you want to watch the fight, go on to the Showtime app and order the pay-per-view. You can go to the Showtime app that can work with all of your electronic devices that are compatible. You can also go to showtime.com/pay-per-view and order it online, or you can call your local cable TV or satellite provider to order the pay-per-view. If you can't be in the arena, I highly recommend ordering the fight. It is going to be a fantastic night. You just met the first 3 matchups we have on the pay-per-view card on Saturday night. All 6 men are looking to steal the show on Saturday from our main eventers, Jermell Charlo and Canelo Alvarez. Top to bottom, this is one of the best cards of the year, and I would expect nothing less between Premier Boxing Champions, Canelo Promotions, and Showtime Pay-Per-View, and TGB Promotions, giving the fight fans exactly what they are looking for. And it is going to be an unprecedented night of action this Saturday. So once again, it is going to be an absolute event this Saturday. Jermell Charlo, Canelo Alvarez, as both men are looking to add to their legacies. Jermell Charlo under the Lions Only banner. He is extremely proud to represent the Lions Only banner. And he is someone that is extremely proud of where he comes from. He wears his emotions on his sleeve, and he has said, you know, this is what I've always wanted. I've always wanted an opportunity like this to add his name under the bright lights and show the people of the world that maybe doubt him that I am one of boxing's best pound-for-pound fighters, if he has not proven that already. He is got power in both hands. He is never shied away from an opponent. As we mentioned before, he has defeated every man he stepped in the ring with. And he comes from, as we all know, a tremendous family. When you talk about his twin brother, Jermell Charlo, both men have come up together and have done great things in the sport of boxing. And they are always two of boxing's most notable stars, two world champions who both support each other. And once again, Jermell Charlo getting this huge opportunity to move up 2 weight classes. Not a lot of fighters would do that. A lot of fighters, you present that challenge, a lot of fighters would not take on that challenge of moving up 14 pounds to fight arguably boxing's best, Canelo Alvarez. But Jermell Charlo, he's cut from a different cloth. And if he had, like I said, if he hasn't proven that already, where he has, you know, lost to Tony Harrison, and he went right back at him, where he drew against Brian Castano, went right back at him to prove those naysayers wrong with those TKO victories. That is something that I admire about Jermell Charlo. And I can't imagine what he has been game planning. He's been hungry in the gym. He has been working in preparation very hard for this fight. He is in a tremendous stable. When you talk about that stable that Derek James has with Jermell Charlo, Errol Spence Jr., Anthony Joshua, Ryan Garcia, Frank Martin, those are some of boxing's best fighters in the world. And as Jermell Charlo always says, iron sharpens iron, always. And he helped Errol Spence get ready for his fight against Terrence Crawford. And he is looking to continue a huge year for that stable and to bring back a W to Houston, Texas. As for Canelo Alvarez, this man has done all he can do. If he retired today, he'd be a surefire Hall of Famer. But once again, Canelo Alvarez is always looking to take on the biggest and best challenges out of Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. He is ready to go, and he said, look, I might fight another 5 years. I feel great. I am healthy. I have recovered from my wrist surgery, and I am looking to prove everyone wrong that I am still boxing's top dog. And that's one thing I love about Canelo Alvarez is he puts himself in these situations and wants to face boxing's best. As once again, we are here at MGM Grand. Ladies and gentlemen, who is here for Canelo Alvarez? And who is here for Lions Only Jermell Ironman Charlo? It is extremely lively in here. It is packed to the brim right here at our MGM Grand lobby as the crowd eagerly waits in anticipation for our main event fighters to make their way here to our stage. Jermell Charlo, Canelo Alvarez, once again, two of boxing's best fighters. that are going toe-to-toe. As you can hear the crowd on Hispanic Heritage Month here to support Canelo Alvarez for this massive event. A huge event for Showtime pay-per-view, Premier Boxing Champions, Canelo Promotions, TGB Promotions. And like I said, we have an exciting fight week planned for you as we have our grand arrivals here today. We have our main presser tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Pacific. Our undercard media workouts. All the fighters will be getting a sweat in, working out in front of the public. That is open to the public, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific Time. Thursday, we have our undercard final presser, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time. And then Friday, our official weigh-in open to the public from Toshiba Plaza, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. And like I said, if you have not ever attended a public weigh-in for a big fight here in Las Vegas, there is nothing like it. It is the night before the men step into the ring as they get one final look at each other this Friday at our official weigh-in. Jermell Charlo, Canelo Alvarez headlining this massive card from Premier Boxing Champions. Once again, Canelo Alvarez putting all 4 belts on the line. Undisputed super middleweight champion, putting it on the line against the undisputed junior middleweight champion, Jermell Ironman Charlo. Expect there to be fireworks. Both men, high ring IQs, high power, and they are expecting to put on a fight of the year contender with Canelo Alvarez and Jermell Ironman Charlo. Jermell Charlo, Canelo Alvarez. Once again, Canelo from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. He is always wearing his nation's colors proudly on his sleeve. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are now set to meet our main event fighters. First up, 35 victories, 19 wins by knockout. Opposite of 1 defeat and 1 draw. He is a 2-time 154-pound champion, the undisputed junior middleweight champion. Here is, out of Houston, Texas, Jermell Ironman Charlo. Jermell Charlo, ladies and gentlemen. Jermell, welcome in. Coming in by trainer Derek James as you guys are focused and ready to continue to add to history. You're the undisputed junior middleweight champion. When this challenge presented itself to you, Jermell, you need to go up 2 weight classes. You have this opportunity to fight Canelo Alvarez. You didn't think twice. Why is that?
Because there's no question. The world think Canelo the best in the world, right? And I'm gonna come here and show the world why I feel like I'm the best in the world. I do this for the dogs, the hungry ones. I do it for the animals. I'm made for this.
And you have proven, I mean, you have fought the best of the best in your division. You have proven you're the king of that division. Let me go be a king in another division to become the second man ever to be undisputed. A victory over Canelo Alvarez. What does that say to everyone?
It labeled me as one of the greatest. After I beat Canelo, the world won't, they'll be screaming, Charlo, Charlo, Charlo. You did.
One thing I love about you, Jermell, is you have put on such a fan-friendly style. A lot of people talk in boxing, you know, guys avoiding other fighters, guys, you know, not wanting to take on the toughest challenges. You say, no, I'm taking on the toughest challenge, and you're proving that taking on Canelo Alvarez. This will be your first fight headlining T-Mobile Arena. What does that also mean to you?
Man, it's all great. It's all good. It's a beautiful thing. I come to put on the best performance. Training camp was amazing, and to be here at the T-Mobile Arena, standing in front of MGM, I done been to a whole bunch of these fights, so now it's my turn, it's my time, and it's my moment, and I'm gonna shine when it's time for it.
Now, Canelo Alvarez, he has proven to be, for a very long time, he's a surefire Hall of Famer, and he has proven, he's been boxing's top dog for a long time. How do you defeat Canelo Alvarez on Saturday night, September 30th?
We gotta show you on September 30th. We're gonna talk about it, we gotta be about it. And so, come fight night, y'all will see what I mean by that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jermell Iron Man Charlo, the undisputed junior middleweight champion under the Lions Only banner. He is one of boxing's best, and he will be going toe-to-toe against Canelo Alvarez Saturday, September 30th, live from T-Mobile Arena, Premier Boxing Champions Showtime pay-per-view, as it is all set. Jermell Iron Man Charlo once again looking to make history. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time, Jermell Iron Man Charlo. You see Team Charlo coming out in droves, the Lions Only banner ready to go, proudly representing Houston, Texas, as they are looking to make history with a win over Canelo Alvarez Saturday, September 30th on Showtime pay-per-view. Jermell Iron Man Charlo, as you heard, he is ready, he is focused, and he is set to go. Ladies and gentlemen, now take in some of the sounds of the mariachi band. It's not a Canelo fight if there's not mariachis in attendance. So soak in the sounds proudly representing Hispanic Heritage Month. Jermell Iron Man Charlo, as you heard it here, he's ready. He is focused, jumping up 2 weight classes to take on the biggest challenge in boxing, that is Canelo Alvarez. And that's what I love about Jermell Charlo. He does not back down from a challenge. He has accomplished so much already in his career, being an undisputed junior middleweight champion. And now he is looking for the next toughest test of his career. That is Canelo Alvarez. And that is one thing that I believe fight fans have such a huge appreciation for with Jermell Charlo. It is a huge task ahead of him, taking on Canelo Alvarez. It's a huge task for anyone, really. But Jermell believes he has all the tools and skills to dethrone the undisputed super middleweight champion. And we will all find out Saturday night, Jermell Charlo against Canelo Alvarez. Once again, our sponsors we love to thank, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours. O'Reilly Auto Parts is the ultimate one-stop shop for all your automotive supplies, everything for your vehicle in one convenient place. That's O'Reilly Auto Parts. VMC Tequila Cocktails, el origen ante todo. Sponsored by Celsius, Live Feet Essential Energy. From Jalisco, Mexico, the champion of all tequilas, Híjole Tequila. And also brought to you by The Exorcist Believer, only in theaters this Friday. Once again, Canelo versus Charlo adds to a historic, unprecedented year for Showtime and Premier Boxing Champions. We had Plant versus Benavidez in March, Tank versus Garcia in April. We had the undisputed welterweight showdown, Terrence Bud Crawford, Errol Spence Jr. in July. And now we add another massive fight. First time ever, two undisputed champions going toe-to-toe with Saul Canelo Alvarez and Jermell Iron Man Charlo. So once again, boxing fans around the world, gotta be grateful for everything that Premier Boxing Champions and Showtime pay-per-view have been delivering to the slate here in 2023. This is what the people want. This is what they are getting. The best, fighting the best. And that's exactly what we will see Saturday night, September 30th, live from T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas, Nevada, the fight capital of the world. Once again, the event is promoted by Canelo Promotions and TGB Promotions. Tickets are still available, AXS.com. Feel free to head on over. If you are not going to be in attendance but want to watch the fight, go to the Showtime app and order it on all your mobile devices that are compatible. You can also go to showtime.com/pay-per-view to order it online, or you can call your local cable or satellite TV provider and order it as well. It all goes down Saturday night. We expect packed house from T-Mobile Arena. It has been a busy time here in Las Vegas, and I'm sure the city is loving it. There's no other city in the world where you can have the best fighting the best. It is the fight capital of the world for a reason. Jermell Ironman Charlo won his very first world title down the street at the Cosmopolitan in 2017. He became the WBC champion, and he has worn gold ever since, and he is looking to continue to add to that resume as he is the undisputed junior middleweight champion. You can see to my right that Jermell and Team Charlo under the Lions Only banner out of Houston, Texas. They are excited to get going, and they cannot wait. Counting down the days until we get to Saturday night. We are 4 days away between Canelo versus Charlo. So once again, I want to thank everyone that came out here for our grand arrivals. We have met 7 of our 8 fighters with 1 to go. Who's ready for Canelo Alvarez? From Hispanic Heritage Month, Canelo, as we said, is very proud to be Mexican, very proud to be the first undisputed Mexican world champion. And he continues to break records, add to his history, and add to his legacy in what will for sure one day, when he decides to hang up those gloves, be a Hall of Famer. And it has been 1 year, a little over 1 year, since Canelo has fought here in Las Vegas. He defeated Triple G last September. Then he defeated John Ryder down in Mexico in May. And he's back here in Las Vegas, Nevada, for another marquee matchup with Jermell Charlo. So we are just moments away from the undisputed super middleweight champion making his way here into MGM Grand, as both men are looking to put on a fight of the year here in 2023. And that is headlining a huge card. We already saw our card. Like I said, we're going to be opening things up with Elijah Garcia, Armando Resendiz. You saw both men here. Everyone looks in phenomenal, tip-top shape. Huge opportunity for both young contenders in the middleweight division looking to be a world champion. But in order to do that, they got to come away with a victory Saturday. Then we have Yordenis Ugas, Mario Barrios for the interim WBC welterweight crown. Mario Barrios has seen himself in line against some of boxing's best, Keith Thurman, Gervonta Tank Davis, and now he adds another former world champion to his resume in Yordenis Ugas. As for Ugas, he made history as he defeated Manny Pacquiao in August of 2021. And then our co-main event, Erickson Lubin, Jesus Ramos. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, we are now set. Introducing with 59 victories, 39 by knockout. He is a 4-division world champion. He is the reigning, undisputed WBC, WBA, IBF, WBO super middleweight world champion, representing Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. Damas y caballeros, presentando Saúl Canelo Alvarez.
Yo sé bien que estoy afuera, pero el día que yo me muera, sé que tendrás que llorar. Dirás que no me quisiste, pero vas a estar muy triste y así te vas a quedar. Con dinero y sin dinero, hago siempre lo que quiero y mi palabra es la ley. No tengo trono ni reina, ni nadie que me comprenda, pero sigo siendo el rey. Una piedra en el camino enseñó que mi destino era rodar y rodar. Después me dijo un arriero que no hay que llegar primero, pero hay que saber llegar. Con dinero y sin dinero, hago siempre lo que quiero y mi palabra es la ley. No tengo tirón ni reina, ni nadie que me comprenda, pero sigo siendo el rey.
Ladies and gentlemen, Saúl Canelo Alvarez. Canelo, welcome to Fight Week. You hear the love your people have for you. What does it mean on Hispanic Heritage Month to headline another mega event, your 8th fight from T-Mobile Arena? What does that mean on Hispanic Heritage Month?
No, para mí es un honor estar aquí para ustedes. La verdad que me siento muy contento de recibir todo este apoyo de la gente. Al final de cuentas son los que me motivan para seguir aquí, seguir teniendo triunfos y muy contento de estar aquí.
And then can you translate? I know we have Martin Batar, but he said, I haven't had to handle your translation all week in the build-up to this. What did you just say for those watching at home?
Yeah, I say in Spanish because I think everybody speaks Spanish, right? But I can do it in English too. Means a lot. I feel the love, the support for my people, and I just feel proud about represent my country, and thank you everybody for coming and support me.
Now, you moved your camp for this fight to Lake Tahoe, and you said, you know, this is the best you've ever felt. You have said yourself, you feel in your past 2 bouts, you said, you know, you won those fairly easily, but that wasn't me at my best. You feel 100% for this fight. How has that move to Lake Tahoe helped you get ready for this fight against Jermell Charlo?
Yeah, I feel in my 100% right now. I can say a lot of things, but I want to show you Saturday. So I want to show you Saturday, and you're going to see a different Canelo Saturday night.
Now, you have fought Hall of Famers, world champions. You never back down from a challenge. Jermell Ironman Charlo, undisputed junior middleweight champion. What challenges does he present to you that is different from anything you faced?
You know, he's a great fighter. He knows how to box. He's strong, and he have nothing to lose. He come in my weight division to come for everything. So he's a great fighter, but you know, I'm being in this position for a long time, and I'm ready.
Prediction for Saturday night. What can all of these fans and people watching at home expect to see from Saul Canelo Alvarez?
You know, it's going to be a great fight, but I'm going to win.
All right, he said it right there. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Saul Canelo Alvarez. The undisputed super middleweight champion, Canelo Alvarez. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you to everyone. We are just beginning a tremendous fight week. Once again, it all leads up to September 30th, Showtime pay-per-view. Canelo Promotions brings you this premier boxing champions event from T-Mobile Arena. Saul Canelo Alvarez defending his undisputed super middleweight crown versus the undisputed junior middleweight champion, Jermell Ironman Charlo. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and see you tomorrow.
Super fight. Canelo Alvarez and Jermell Charlo fits in just fine.
I think everybody that's watching boxing is on the edge of their seats and can't wait to watch it.
This is like the World Series, the Super Bowl, the Olympics of boxing, man. I'm so pumped up about this fight. We know Canelo's been there for a while at super middleweight and even as a light heavyweight. He's going to have to impose his will, his power, his strength. He's going to have to bring the fight.
Charlo definitely has to be on his A game. I think he knows this is the biggest moment in his career. He's stepping up to do something great.
Jermell was ready to answer that phone. I'm not sure I've actually seen the best of Jermell Charlo yet.
Maybe we haven't. You know, we've seen him have to come back in second fights and get a knockout to get decisive wins. Canelo is a different animal.
Guys that are usually slick, fast, elusive, really good with the jab, those are the kind of fighters that give Canelo problems. And we've seen it in the past. With Lara, Austin Trout, we saw what Bebo did.
But what about Jermell Charlo has you feeling that he's ready for this?
He's naturally a bigger guy. I see him more like he's moving up from middleweight to a super middleweight. Canelo's an elite fighter. And I think a challenge like this is going to motivate him to rise to the occasion. You got to understand, he's been a pro since he's 15 years old. Nothing gets to Canelo.
Both fighters 33 years old. Both fighters undisputed 4-belt champions. Canelo Alvarez, Jermell Charlo. Get fired up for September 30th. Can't wait.
Chicken and chug, let's get it. We talk about the GOAT, man. He might be the GOAT. He set a new bar
Setting the bar, he's killing the bar.
He set a new bar, I'm saying.
Both of them are on the list, the top 10.
What? Come on. Is he the best player in the league?
I can't say that.
Damn.